we ready? Let's go ahead and have a seat, folks. We're going to get started in just a second. Hi, everybody. That was so lame. Hi, everybody. Thank you. I'm Christina Alicea, the Artistic Director of Vermont Stage, and I want to welcome you all to our 29th Vermont Young Playwrights Festival. Thank you all so much for being here. Raise your hand if this is your first year at the festival. Holy cow, that's awesome. Okay, who's an old veteran? Students, any students that have done this before? Okay, teachers, we know, but yes, okay, awesome, great. So the Vermont Young Playwrights Festival is the culmination of a year's worth of all of your work. Writing plays, 10-minute plays with the help of some amazing teaching artists, and we have professional directors and actors here that are going to be bringing your work to life. So I'm so excited, and thank you all so much for all of your hard work this year creating these plays. So give yourselves a round of applause. Before we get started, I just have a few thanks to extend. So I want to thank Main Street Landing for their amazing use of this space. I want to thank the Media Factory for doing our live stream and audio, all of our video recording. We really could not do the show without them. And I want to thank our season sponsor, Physicians Computer Company, for giving us the resources to continue to do this program. So put your hands together for them as well. I also want to thank the awesome teaching artists that went into the schools and worked with all of you on your plays and taught you the fundamentals of playwriting that is culminating in all of these awesome plays that we're going to be reading today. Go ahead and stand to be recognized when I say your names. Seth Jarvis, Mary Beth McNulty, Gita Searforce, Susan Palmer, and Shoshana Beret. And Ethan Bowen, who's not here. And I want to go ahead and have our honorable mention playwrights. So we had each school submitted 4 plays that were read in a roundtable reading session and were voted on. And of those 4, our honorable mention plays were the plays that were that we absolutely loved. And I just want to have them stand and maybe come on down here to be recognized and take a bow. So the list of plays are Crazy for You by Charlotte Brault from Spalding High School. Where is she? We the Trees by Addison Chandler from St. Johnsbury Academy. Yeah, no, you can stand. Go ahead. It's okay. I know it's a little scary, but this is Love Insanity by Emma Gibson from BFA St. Albans. Come on down. Presentation Day by Trent Gutierrez from Virgin's Middle School. Virgin's Middle School. Gutierrez, no, not here? Ooh. Once More with Feeling by B. Hopper from ART. Yay! Don't Erase Me by Alara Cohn from Montpelier High School. No? The Coat Ghost by Hannah Moorer from Camel's Hump Middle School. Family Dispute by Monty Rosenfeld from Williston Central School. A Ghost Tale by Ivy Schultz from Mount Abraham High School. And Your Wish is My Command by Penelope Werner from Mount Abe Middle School. All right, give these guys another round of applause and take a little bow. Take a bow. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to get started. Just to let you know, so I'm going to call up our directors and list of the names of the plays. And when I call the name of the director up, we're going to go ahead and also call the playwright up. And if you know actors, if you know what show you're in, you can come on down too. So just so you know, we're going to be gathering up here, and then your director is going to lead you to the various rehearsal rooms. If you are doing a workshop this morning and you know that you're doing a workshop, we're going to also call the workshop leader up, and you'll gather around that person and they'll take you to that space. If you're not doing a workshop and you're not a part of a staged reading rehearsal, that means that you're staying here to watch the film house, the cold reading sessions in the film house, okay? Huh? I just said that, yeah. After the rehearsals are finished, we're all going to be, and the workshop's finished, we're all going to be reconvening in this room, and then we're going to do that again. We're going to call everybody up, and then we're going to go to our various other places, and then we're going to have lunch at 1 o'clock, and then at 2 o'clock, we're going to all gather together in the Black Box Theater for the staged reading performances. Sound good? All right. Okay. So, the play Mountain Race, Abigail Ballone. I'm sorry, I'm butchering everyone's names today. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Abigail Ballone and director Mary Beth McNulty. Come on down over here. And any cast members as well. From Rock Point School, Rulers of Nowhere and Somewhere, Chelsea DePoint. I am directing that, and my actors, if you want to gather over here. From Mount Abe High School, Traffic Play by Paige Gilbolt. Shoshana Beret is directing, and that's Shoshana. Shoshana, raise your hand so you know who, okay? From Williston Central School, Sockman. The playwright is Alex Carr, and director is Gita Searforce. Gita. Where are you, Gita? Okay, there's Gita. Okay. St. Johnsbury Academy, Ultimate Frisbee by Hogan Stevenson. Dana Block is directing. Dana. Oh, so here, are you Hogan? Yeah. And Dana, raise your hand so everybody knows to gather around Dana for Hogan's play, Ultimate Frisbee. And then from Spalding High School, Consider the Devil by Kazef Jewett, directed by Kiana Bromley. And go ahead, that's Kiana. You can gather with Kiana, playwright and actors. And then the folks that are participating in the improvisation workshop in the great room is going to be led by Andrew Ritter. So everybody that's doing that, you can gather with Andrew. Okay? And then everybody that's not participating in those, go ahead and hang here, and you're going to get started with the cold readings in just a moment.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, and Jesse. Oh,
Hi, everyone. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Hi. Hi there. It's so nice to see all of you. Assuming that you are all here and intended to be in this room, then we are the Cold Reading Session 1 group. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. I do want to say that this program, whether this is your first year or your 20th year, it has a really long history with a lot of people who have experienced the magic over decades, right? So we make magic together today for this one day. But I want to just remember there are some people who've been part of this program for a really long time who are no longer with us. So Chuck Mees, some of you might remember him. He was one of our OG teaching artists and changed a lot of kids' lives. And Joan Robinson recently passed away, and Joan ran this program for years and years and years. And I'm gonna cry. Yep. And also Bruce Campbell, one of our great actors and moderators, is another person who is no longer with us. People who have dedicated their lives to making magic for middle and high schooler students and making their works come alive with actors. And so I felt like I wanted to take a moment and remember those people. Some of you in this room know those people. And you students probably don't. But they were really great people, just like your teachers and the teaching artists who came to your school and the workshop presenters. So you're part of something really special today. Okay, sorry, thanks for letting me talk for a second. This is cold readings, and if you've never been to a cold reading, here's how they work. Students' plays were selected to be read by some amazing actors. They have not rehearsed together. They may not have even said these lines out loud together. In theory, they have read this script, they have highlighted their parts, and they know what they're doing. But it is exciting, and we're doing it live. While the play is happening, what's so special about cold readings is that the playwright will get to come up afterwards and we'll have a quick Q&A session with the playwright. You'll be able to ask them that burning question, how did you think of that line? And how did you think of that scenario? So your job as an audience is to be thinking about what do you wonder, and if the playwright were in the room, which they are, what would you ask them? We love great questions. We also allow you to text your feedback if you're one of those shy people who doesn't like to stand up and ask a question in front of people. This is a moderated text, and so this is not your moment to make this about you. If you do make it about you, it probably won't end up on the screen. It is a time to honor the student's work, give them praise for something you love, ask them about something that was confusing, you know. The drill. Good feedback, right? And we'll do a combination of live Q&A and reading what's up on the board as we have that conversation with the playwright. That's cold readings. Okay. Very first, next, I'm going to call down some amazing actors who are going to be your professional actors for the cold reading. Welcome down to the stage, Adele McNulty, Connor Eaton, Susan Palmer, Ruth Wallman, Phoebe Raphael, no relation, yes she is, and Jack Bratt, Bront, Jack Bront, right there. Round of applause. These are our actors for cold readings. Okay, the moment you've all been waiting for, the first play. Our very first play, we're going to have the playwright from ART, Benjo Torres. Let's give him a round of applause. Your seat. The playwright gets a VIP seat. You have to leave it when your play's over. Okay. This is The Promise by Benjo Torres.
Setting. The set for the late-night talk show, Whatever Happened to the Fools Behind the Promise, with Berchalk and Gluce in a Hollywood studio. At Rise, Gluce's desk, perhaps containing a sign with the title of his program, is set up with his seat. Next to him is another seat of some kind for his lovely guests. Perhaps music is playing, something a little jazzy to set the mood.
This program was filmed in front of a live studio audience. From Hollywood, California, it's What's Ever Happened to the Fools Behind the Promise. Here's your host, Buchorin Gloos.
Bertalkin Gloos enters and walks down stage, facing the audience.
Hello, and welcome to another delightful episode of Whatever Happened to the Fool's Promise. My name is Bertalkin Gloos, and I will be your host for tonight. Everyone, we have three incredible guests, starting with three-time Florence nominee, Fred Cortese. Then we have a musical performance from the alternative band sweeping the nation, the one and only Great Wooden Demise. And then we end our show with an interview with a renowned actress appearing in the new Glenn Petronic film, Segments of Fire. Please join us as we talk to the remarkable Brett Mulchester. But first, why don't we take a moment to address last week? I'm sure most of you have heard by now that in our most recent episode, comedian Brad Flynn fell through the flooring of the set. We just want to assure everyone that this kind of thing is completely normal. This time, however, we cannot find him. This morning, we sent out a search party, and they have yet to return. We will provide more updates as the program continues. But now, if you could welcome our first guest, known for building 7 towers across the globe, that when lined up create a photo of your funeral, their next project, throwing everything in a 90-year-old woman's fridge into the North Atlantic Sea. Please welcome Fred Cortese.
Brett Cortese does not enter.
Please welcome Brett Cortese.
Jan runs on stage.
Cut the cameras for a moment. Where's Cortese? Who is this?
Jan.
Where's Cortese?
Oh, they didn't tell you? Fret Cortese isn't real.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's about it, really. The producers really didn't mention anything.
No, nobody mentions that the brilliant artist Fred Cortese, as in the creator of the 10-story circus tent, Fred Cortese, as in the only left-handed person to ever build a replica of 12 of Neptune's moons, Fred Cortese was not a real person. And somebody named, and I quote, Jan.
Seems like you pretty much get it.
No, I do not get it. Thank you very much.
All right, look. Just calm down a little. Let me explain. In 1974, Horace Gillen Bentheimer, head of Gillen Bentheimer Studios, passed away.
No, he didn't. He presented at the Floreses last week.
You only thought he did. That was actually my colleague, John. You see, after Horace kicked the bucket, next in line to his media empire was his son, Gilbert. The executives hated Gilbert, thought his charge would spell an end to the company. Sure, they could vote to get rid of him, but can you imagine what investors would think if 2 CEOs were lost in only 2 months? They would be the laughing stock of the industry. They covered up his death, made sure no media outlet could get a hold of him. Gilbert still thinks his father's alive. That's because they created something to ensure that no one would ever discover the truth. That's because they created us.
I'm sorry, created?
That's right. Gillen Bentheimer created us. The mirrors. Biologically engineered structures intended to reflect a person's identity. It started with Horace, but we expanded. Death is a trifling obstacle in the way of profit. If a project must be completed by someone, we finish what we started.
And this happens regularly?
Only if necessary. It's not always death, though. Maybe at the pinnacle of a comedian's career, they have to retire. Maybe they get lost beneath the floorboards. When a person can no longer fulfill their purpose, we pick up what they leave off.
And Fred Cortese, are they dead too?
That's the incredible thing. Fred Cortese never existed to begin with. The mirrors were made to take the pieces pieces of a person's identity and replicate them in public appearance. What then? When we copy an identity with no physical form, when we take the mind of someone without thought.
I don't understand.
I'm talking about a story. About a decade ago, Gillibentheimer was handed a script, a good one. It was for a movie called Beneath What Lies Under. It was about an artist, fret, working through their marriage while working on their next project. Like I said, the script had potential. But that's not what Gillibentheimer saw. The studio looked at Fred, the brilliant artist with unending ambition, and saw the means to create something better. They took me, made me read the script, paid the writer off, and instead of the film, they created me. I exist now as a living construct of that screenplay. Fret's ambition, their very essence is a thing I can become at the blink of an eye.
But why?
For profit, my sweet Gloose. Of course it was for profit. Before the studio did not have a brilliant artist, and now they do. When I embody Fret, I gain the remarkable ideas they possess. I create all their artwork, and Gillibentheimer gets all the reward from me. An artist that does not exist. Now, can we move on to questioning Fret, or are there more questions you'd like to ask me?
A few. I've seen pictures of Fred. They look nothing like you.
CGI, a few edits in post to make me look like their ethereal figure. If it's a live performance, I'll put on makeup, but I have to make another appearance tonight.
Where?
Well, I'm your other guest, too.
I should have guessed that. What about the audience? Haven't they seen our conversation?
They'll be dealt with, paid off, threatened, killed. It doesn't matter. No one will believe them anyway. In a few weeks, they won't even believe themselves.
Well, very well then. Let's move on. Let's move to after the opening. Fred Cortese is off screen. I welcome them in and rolling. Please welcome Fred Cortese.
Jan enters, waving and smiling.
Hello, Gloose.
Cortese, welcome to the show. It is an honor to finally have you on the program.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. My spouse and I used to tune into the podcast. It is really great to see you finally take up the small screen. I'm a really big fan.
Thank you. I'm a fan of yours as well. So, you've made works across the globe now. You had the yarn statue in Dubai, the drumming exhibit in Paris. Incredible stuff. I gotta ask, why Maine?
Well, when I was growing up in Iceland, my father had this map of the earth and I used to stare at it. I would play this game where I would throw a rock, and whichever country I hit, I would make up a song that I thought someone from there would write. Like the Icelandic word for the Philippines is Flipsijar, which in English looks a lot like flip the jar. I think the song had something to do with that, but anyway, when I was like 12, I broke my father's vase. I must have been, God, this is so tropey, but I was playing baseball and I hit it through an open window.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, my first instinct was to tape it back together before he got home. I got very close. Besides, one piece of glass that wouldn't fit. I got scared. This is my dad's favorite decoration. He's going to notice when a piece is gone, so I scour the room for any scrap that matches the color of the vase. Then I see the map, and Maine is exactly the pigment I was looking for.
And you cut it from the map?
I did. Taped it up, let it be, and I swear my dad never noticed. When I moved to the States, I heard people talk about Maine. I started thinking, what does it mean to use a place to patch up a mistake? That's really what the Fridge Project is all about. To take something and put it where it does not belong. To find something beautiful and collage it with more beautiful things.
Incredible.
Gloose. Gloose, what's going on?
I'm sorry. Cut the cameras. I need a moment.
Is there a problem, Berchalk and Gloos?
This is difficult. Fret or Jan, I'm supposed to react to your story, but it's not real. None of it is.
Isn't it? Maybe Fret isn't a physical person, but they have a persona. Fret Torchis made those sculptures, those towers, those ideas did not come from nowhere. Fret made them. Fret is real.
But these stories never happened. They're fabrications, events and qualities made up in the studio to create the ideal of what an artist is. The fridge thing isn't artistry, it's...
Yes, it's artistry. I'm the artist, and I made the art.
But it's so fake. There's nothing valuable. It's meaningless. You forged the intent from nothing. No, you had intent. Your intent was to make cash for your higher-ups, and I just
And
can't...
your art isn't?
What?
Art made for profit? Is that not what you do?
No, I work incredibly hard for this program. This program would be nothing if I didn't...
What do you do?
I host the show.
Not that, Berchalk and Gloos. What is it that you really do?
I'm the entertainer.
An entertainer. Anyone can entertain, Gloos. Here, let me show you. Can I please have a volunteer from the audience? You, come down here. Okay. Now, tiny little dance. Oh, yeah, nice! Incredible! Everyone, round of applause for our entertainer. Bravo! Bravo! Thank you. You can return. Fantastic. Like I said, Berchalk and Gloos. Anyone can bring a crowd to thunderous applause. So, I ask you once more, why you? What do you do that's artistic?
It is not that easy. Nobody would tune into the show with a random volunteer. You need someone reliable, consistent.
Exactly, Gloos. Someone consistent. The studios don't care if you have talent. They only want someone that people know. That when they turn on the TV and see your face, they think, oh, it's that guy from that thing. Nothing about you matters. But that it's your face in front of the cameras.
That's not true.
Okay then, why don't I show you? Let me try mirroring you. I'll take your boons, your traits, your flaws, your big desk, and I'll interview you.
Why?
Why not? It could be fun. We might as well see what happens when the roles are reversed.
Gloos, defeated, walks off stage.
Now, if we could all please welcome our guests. For years, they have taken the comedy world by storm. Now, Gillivantheimer Studios has given them a brand new late-night television series, Whatever Happened to the Fools Behind the Promise, with Berchalk and Gloos. It's the talented and charming Berchalk and Gloos.
Gloos enters the stage more defeated and tired than at the top of the act.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, Berchalkin. It's an honor to have you on the program.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine.
I think we've met a couple of times.
Yeah, in the mirror.
That's funny, because I'm you. So you got your big TV deal. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
It's a great program. Thursdays at 9, but I have to ask, what's with the title? The Fools Behind the Promise. What does that mean? What's the promise?
The promise? We can talk about that. I think that naming conventions for these shows blend in. The late show's Who's a Whatsits and the everyday chatter with the Whatsitsits. These titles are more than the host of the show. They're in their own way a promise. Tune in and find exactly what you're expecting to see. Maybe we'll talk politics, see your favorite musician, learn over the things you already know. You can say the same thing about every piece ever produced, and it's a promise, an element built upon a million smaller ones. A title is a promise, a person, a set, a soundtrack. Each I get the TV deal, we're setting everything up, and somebody asks me about the title, and I start thinking about what kind of promise I want to give. Well, what are we doing? We're interviewing artists, musicians, performers, people that created media the audience knows, but they don't know the people, rather the media they've taken part in. In many cases, they only know the promise, and so I'm thinking of a title, and I decide to ask you a question. Beyond the promise of these people, who are they?
And does your program answer this?
No, it doesn't. Nor do I intend to. Artists are only here to promote a new album or film. They have no interest in revealing themselves. They only want to continue the persona that they show the public. And that's fine. I have no issue with it. I'm merely part of the machine. The title then only tries to promise a look at the people they see in this chair.
Why do you call them fools?
I think it's because I'm trying to communicate that the promise is built upon a lie. It's an attempt to sell which the audience won't see. How can a title communicate the vastness of an art? It can't. Art doesn't exist until it's consumed. Thus, the promise is a lie, told and believed by fools.
Are you a fool, Berchalkenglus?
Yes, without question. We're all fools in some way, but myself especially. What is the goal that I set out with before producing this episode? I just want to entertain. I just want to let the audience relax a little. I tell a few jokes, get a few laughs. They aren't here for me anyways. They're here for Fret Cortese. I'm not trying to make the audience think. I just give them a little noise before they fall asleep, and that's it. I promise them a show. I give them noise. I'm a fool.
I think that's all the time we have. Okay. Let's go back to Fret. Get this night over with.
Luce gets up and begins to exit the stage.
Where are you going?
You know my problem with you, Jan? You can replicate somebody identically, but you can never quite get rid of the person beneath the mirror. And you, Jan, cannot possibly comprehend what it means to create. Yeah, I'm a cog in the machine, but I don't make myself comfortable.
We're both just doing our jobs, Berchalkenglus.
Well, this job is a promise too, and I have never met anyone as foolish as you.
Glus exits.
Everyone, give it up for Berchalkenglus! After a short message, we have a performance from the incredibly talented Great Wooden Demise. So get comfy. We'll be right back.
Sound adjustment. Benjo, come on up. I want you to Benjo. This is just for that, right? Not necessarily picking it up. All right, you hold this so they can hear your answers. All right. Wow. Do we have any live questions we want to start with?
I'm gonna go with the non-ART over here.
When you were writing your play, did you think of the comedic aspect first or the more deeper meaning?
Actually, my initial plan was to start as comedy and then sort of become. Initially, it was horror, but then I wanted to transition to more dramatic, which I think is what we see here. Yeah.
Yes, you can ask the question.
So, how did you come up with the name for Berchalkenglus?
I wrote down letters. Yeah.
Really? Is it Jan or Jan? That was a question I had.
Either one.
I didn't know.
I thought it was Jan, and then we were having a discussion about it.
Phoebe and I actually. Either is fine with you.
Yeah, either is fine. Yes.
Can you tell us a little about how you came up with the idea, and did AI play into it at all? That's what my stepmom.
That was what I thought.
My burning question.
Yeah. No, I have a strong personal hatred for Jimmy Fallon. And I think that from there, I had the idea of the late night talk show for the setting. I I did initially want the host to be the weird one, but as I thought more about it, I think that the guest being some strange entity kind of thing led to more interesting discussions. And as I think that the meaning, the discussion came about as a result of the more creative process of deciding the plot and then driving meaning from there. Yeah, and yes, AI is a thing that was in the back of my head over a lot of this.
Yeah, it begs lots of questions.
Yes.
Lots of questions that might have generated. There's a question right here.
Where did you get the refrigerator idea? That was hilarious.
Good question. I also just wrote things down and saw what fit. Yeah.
We've got a question in the middle right there.
When it opened with the talk show, it reminded me, when they first cut the cameras, it reminded me slightly of the movie Late Night with the Devil. I was wondering if movies like that or concepts like that, where it shows the horror going on behind the talk show instead of on the cameras, played into you writing the first meeting with Jan not being on camera.
Right. I have not seen Late Night with the Devil, but yeah, I think that's a good question. I wanted to balance what was on and behind the cameras and sort of create some larger feeling from both of those, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's about it, I think.
Are you a fool, Benjo Torres?
Yes, Max, I am a fool.
How do you consider yourself a fool?
Is this getting too personal? Have this conversation during lunch. There actually were a lot of interesting questions. I think that this play generated a lot of questions for your audience, and now we have the ellipses of death on the screen, so I can share them with you. If they pop back up, we can jump back to it. But also the reminder that things that go here in this this text kind of exist for a while afterwards, so the playwright can actually look at and think about those questions. And I don't remember them, and there's an ellipses of death. So. Oh, okay. Someone want to help me out? It's like
What inspired the mirrors?
Oh yeah. What inspired the mirrors idea?
Not much in particular. Yes, AI was part of it, but I do not have a specific reference. I kind of just spitballing.
I have a question about the person who fell through the floor and never came
Yes.
back again. What?
They're still there. If you can.
They're still there. Okay. All right. It had like a Poe thing for me, like an Edgar Allan Poe thing, like what's under the floorboards, but it felt more like
Yeah.
sci-fi.
Something
Is there
like
there was a sci-fi
Yeah.
element?
One of the questions was, why was Jan talking about the mirrors?
If it was supposed to be a secret.
Yeah.
If it was supposed to be a secret. Why were they talking about the mirrors if it was like a big secret?
But I think it's a professional thing where Jan sort of has to let Luce know because they're going to work together. They're going to make this program for an audience.
Final question? Did you want to ask it? I saw a hand. No? Yes. Brenda, that was it.
The whole like into the floorboards thing, it reminds me of backrooms.
Sure.
Because like the whole
Yeah.
point of the backrooms is you can't escape.
Hmm.
You just kind of like go through the ground and you're
Yeah.
stuck.
No, there could be some of that. Yeah.
All right, another round of applause for Benjamin. All right, moving on to our second play. I need to keep this cheat sheet close. Our second play today is The Prankster by Cameron Voss. Folks playing in The Prankster will be Susan Palmer playing Melissa, Adele McNulty playing Kate, Ruth Wallman playing Chip, and Phoebe Raphael playing Diana.
have a question. I'm down as the director of this. I'm just sitting here. Do you need somebody to read the stage directions?
Yes, please.
Yeah, and some of them, folks, are pretty unnecessary.
Sure.
If it says you're laughing, you can laugh. I don't have to read that.
Yes. And if you want, Jack, you can use the mic right there and read stage directions from there. That'll get picked, it'll get picked up by the video.
Good.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. I'll just start out with a setting. Number one is in Kate's bedroom with a bed made with meticulous pink covers on the bed. Number two is outside at night with police lights flashing. Go.
Where should I put my sleeping bag?
You can just put it down there. Oh my gosh, is that a security blanket?
I'm exhausted. We should go to bed.
Fine, though we haven't even painted our nails yet.
What was that?
Oh, it's just a security alarm.
Why did that go off? No doors are opened.
Oh, false alarms happen all the time.
Okay, if you say so.
Good night.
Good night.
A minute passes, another bell sounds. Dana and Kate jump out of the bed and look at each other.
That was just a false alarm, right?
I don't know, it's never happened 2 times in a row.
Oh my gosh, somebody's in your house!
What? No, that's not possible. All the doors are locked and nobody could have gotten in.
Okay, well, I'm scared, so I'm gonna call my mom.
No, you can't do that. Then my mom will know that I can't be trusted.
Okay, fine, I won't. But can you at least set the alarm?
Okay, I will. If you hear the alarm go off, then it means the door or window opened. It means that the door is opened or a window is broken. If that happens, then you can call your parents.
Okay. Want to paint our nails? I don't think that I'll be able to fall asleep now.
Yes! What color do you want?
Dark blue.
Okay, here you go. I think I'm doing purple.
One alarm goes off. They look at each other in fear. Suddenly, door opens suddenly. Kate and Diana scream. Chip runs in from stage right, scared.
Oh, thank goodness it's only you.
Meow, meow,
Chip, what's out there?
Oh my God, someone's in the house.
That's it, I'm calling my mom.
No, please don't. My mom will never leave me home alone again.
Okay, but if we die, it's your fault.
Please don't say that.
I'm scared. Will you at least check your security camera app on your phone?
Fine, if it will make you happy. My app isn't working.
Well, maybe try to turn the alarm off again. It could scare the person away.
It's not working. Somebody cut the wires.
They hear a creak coming from upstairs, and Chip stops and looks up.
That's it. I'm calling the police.
Okay, good plan.
Phone rings.
Hello, 911 speaking.
Help us! Somebody's in the house!
Okay, just stay calm and don't move.
Wait, who's on the phone?
What's your name again?
It's Melissa. Why do you ask?
Uh-oh, Kate. It's your mom.
My mom will never trust me again.
Hello, are you still there?
Yeah. So, it's Diana.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Hold on. I'm coming over.
Well, I guess that will officially, I will officially never be trusted again.
All right, I'm here.
Thank goodness.
Me and the cops are going to look around outside before we come in, so I need to hang up now.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this is happening right now.
I know. This is crazy. I mean, stuff like this never happens. We're going to die here.
Oh my gosh, this is actually happening. We are going to die. Wait, look, my mom texted. She says, come outside.
Maybe somebody stole her phone and is texting us.
Maybe. I don't think that would happen. She's a cop, after all.
Well, what are you waiting for? Text her back.
Shoot, my phone's dead.
I know what we should do. We need to run outside.
Run? Are you crazy?
I'm serious. It may be the only way to get out.
Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Kate and Diana burst out of the door, and the scene changes to outside.
Mom!
I can't believe we made it out.
there somebody in the house?
No, we didn't see anybody.
They might have already left.
We already looked inside and nothing looks disturbed. It may have just been a false alarm.
That is definitely not possible.
Hold on. It could have been the ghost.
That makes sense.
Wait, what?
Oh, I guess I forgot to tell you, but like, there's a ghost haunting our house.
But ghosts don't exist.
The house lights suddenly flicker.
Tell that to him.
How do you know that he's here?
Well, we had a gift card for a medium to come to our house, and he said that a ghost was haunting our house and that he likes to play tricks on us.
That's weird. Hey, next time, should we have a sleepover at my house?
Definitely.
All right, we should probably go back inside.
There you go off stage right slowly and the lights fade.
Here you go, Cameron. Okay, I have questions. Does anyone else have
I can't hear you, ma'am.
Right here in the middle.
Was this based off of a real story of some sort? Because the panic in the two girls really felt based off of a real feeling.
Not really, but like when I'm having sleepovers, we like pretend there's ghosts sometimes, so.
Right over here.
Was the mom being the one who answered the phone based off something? Or was it just an idea you came up with?
No, it was just an idea.
Can I ask about the cat? What inspired you to bring Chip on the scene? Write Chip into your play?
Well, I think it made it more like suspenseful if you ran in and was like scared, and it would also be like funny.
Absolutely. Anytime Ruth Bowman plays a cat, I love it.
Yeah.
I have one other. Who is the title of your play is The Prankster. Who is the prankster? I think I know.
The ghost.
The ghost is the prankster. All right. I wasn't sure. All right, great.
So, I don't know if you thought about this, but who was this former person actually before they were ghosts?
Oh, I was thinking it would be like the kid that was like living in the house before, then like died.
I'm not going to create this into a full-length play. This is just the seed of an entire play. Wow, good question too, by the way, good question. Any other questions for Cameron?
What inspired you to write about a ghost? Well, I wanted to do like a haunted house thing, but I didn't want it to be like basic. So I thought it'd be funny if they didn't know it was a ghost. And like somebody.
Yeah, there was another question up here that asked, when did you decide to add the ghost into your process? I don't know if that's a different question, it's similar. Did you know right away ghost was going to show up in your story?
Yeah.
So from the very beginning. Chip is love and Chip is life. This story is also very comedic and very well written. Well done, Cam. And did you mean for it to be funny?
And not at the beginning, but then everybody's laughing. Like, so.
Yes, yeah. Once you throw a cat in there. Once the cat's out of the bag. I think that one got out, yeah. I think we already asked the inspiration from your, from the first one. Is the play based on personal experience from the class? By the way, I also want to remind people if they have this like aha, or they wanted to talk about, blue toenail polish or any of those things, you can always text throughout the day to the playwright, and they'll get that feedback. Really fun play, very, very fun to watch, and very funny. Let's give Cameron a round of applause. Next up, we've got Rock Point School, a play called Washington State, where I'm from. And Ziggy Harkman, are you here? Ziggy Harkman, come on down. an amazing cast for you. We've got Ophelia played by Phoebe Raphael, and we've got Adele McNulty playing Jamie, and we've got Ruth Wallman reading the stage directions.
Watch out, folks. Washington State by Ziggy Harcum. Characters: Ophelia, young 20s, Jamie, her secret girlfriend. Setting: lesbian bar in 1968. The set is decorated like an old-timey bar. There's a band playing Piece of My Heart by Janis Joplin. Jamie is wearing a button-up with a leather jacket and black dress pants with slick-back hair. She is dancing with Ophelia, who is wearing a floral dress and a blazer that is too big for her. Chunky boots on her feet. She is dancing to the music.
Hey, Ophelia, I was wondering if I could ask you a big question.
Sure, Jay, shoot.
Well, I know you've been talking about leaving our real lives.
Oh, I just don't know about that.
Why? I mean, we've been holding strong for the past 2 years. I don't understand.
I just don't know if that's a good idea right now.
What are you talking about? You agreed to it in the past, and I finally found us a nice house in the countryside. It's a cottage, and I know you love cottages. And I don't understand why you suddenly changed your mind. I even broke up with Carter. I don't understand what more I could do.
I can't do it, Jamie.
Why?
I have things to do, you know? The world doesn't revolve around you, Jamie.
What things do you have to do? You don't even have a job.
I really didn't want to tell you. I was really afraid. I'm pregnant with Mike's baby. I don't know. I know it's crazy. I didn't want it. He just doesn't want me to abort it. He wants to be a family. I really want to be with you, though. I don't want to be with Mike.
Well, God damn it. I just can't believe that you would do this.
So now it's my fault? My fault that Mike keeps manipulating me? He doesn't even care about me. He thinks I'm an object or something. It's our world. That's the problem. They don't like people like us. They don't want it. If Mike knew I'm a lesbian, he would tell everyone. I could never get a job again.
I know that they don't like us. I guess you can do what you want. I guess I don't want to be too controlling. I love you, and I want to live somewhere we won't be arrested for being who we are. I want to be safe, but also with you. He doesn't deserve you.
I love you, Jamie. Maybe someday it will work out. But for right now, I need to work it out with Mike. He abuses me, never makes it fair for me, and still lands on me.
There's no way we can figure this out. What if we make a deal with him, or we can kill him? Ignore the second part. It was an impulse.
Shh. We're in public. You know, killing him might not be such a bad thing. We can hide the body in the river and run away with the baby in my stomach.
First of all, that was a joke. And I do not want to kill your boyfriend because, number one, we can't, and number two, we would fucking kill somebody. How do you think that's okay?
Hold on. We didn't kill him yet, but we might. We also might not. We're just discussing our options. But if we did kill him, I feel like living in the countryside wouldn't be a great idea. People would get suspicious.
Maybe we can buy a van and just drive somewhere forever. We can live in the forest or something. Live with the deer and rabbits. I don't know what I want. I don't know. I want to live in a shack. Fuck society.
I think killing him and having the baby is the best idea. I don't know. I really don't know if I have the morals to take somebody's life. I don't have the guts for that. And it would have the worst cleanup time.
Damn, Ophelia, I did not think that would come out of you. The rage of a woman is unmatched. So, what do we do? How do we do it? And how?
He lives on Maple Street, down by the water. We can use the gun that my mom gave me when her dementia got bad, and she thought they were coming for me. She wouldn't know.
So let me get this straight. We sneak into his house, shoot him while he sleeps, and we could just dump him in the river, and boom! Nobody would know. Just being real with you, I really do not think that would work.
Shh! It would definitely work. I guarantee it would. They always underestimate women. Why would it be different this time?
Okay, but if we get caught, we would get into trouble. Bad trouble. I guess we'd have to pick and choose our battles.
I have a lot of resentment towards Mike. I want to hurt him just like he hurt me. I want him to be gone. I think that we do have to do something about him. I don't want him to be my baby's father. I don't want him in my life.
Damn, I did not know that you were homicidal. So, you want to raise that baby as a single mom? I don't think you can handle that. No offense. I would love to be a part of the baby's life. We don't have to kill Mike. We can just run away. Don't tell him anything. We can just disappear. I think that's the best solution.
You're right, Jamie. Murder is a tad too much of a reaction. When we get a van, it will be our home. It will be our little thing. I like that, Jamie.
Well, you have to give birth first. You cannot give birth to a child in a fucking van. I don't understand that you're willing, I understand that you're willing to take risks, but slow down.
We can drive to Wyoming or something. I won't require a lot of care. At least, I don't think so.
Wyoming? Does that place even exist? We could not survive that. The landscape, the people. We could try Washington State. I don't know. Some people there were my old friends have a farm, and they let queers stay. I think Washington is a good idea.
Yeah, sure, that sounds good. So when do we leave? I'm due in 6 months, in October.
We can leave the day after tomorrow. I just need to quit my job at the factory tomorrow. How do we get a van?
Mike has one. We should steal his car. I think he would freak out. That would be enjoyable to watch.
I didn't know you wanted to hurt him so badly, Ophelia. Do you think that makes me want to live with you? I'm just kidding. I knew that when we first started talking.
You're funny. This will work.
I'll get to see you tomorrow, right?
Okay, I'll see you then. I'll steal the van in the night and pick you up, and we'll get on the road.
The end.
All right, Ziggy, come on up. Let's give Ziggy a round of applause.
It's more difficult than it looks. I'm gonna hang out here for a second. Hi, how are you?
Here you go. Hi, Ziggy.
Hi. Grand larceny, murder, homicide, normal stuff based on your life.
Hey guys. I'm like the least like violent person ever. So I've been reading a lot of like fiction about crazy people. So this is kind of where that came into play.
You needed an outlet.
No.
It's safe. This is a
I
safe
do
space.
boxing, okay.
Okay, opening it up for questions, folks. Hannah.
I love the time period that you put in because like specific and just added like kind of some more things. Were you like inspired by like a certain story or how did you decide on this specific time period? Okay, so I'm a really, really big historical fiction nerd. I read Stonebridge Blues by Leslie Feinberg a couple months ago and completely fell in love with like everything about it, and I really, really, really was into it, and I read it over and over again. So it was set in the like 70s, late 60s, 70s when Leslie was growing up, and then got into like the 90s, early 90s. I don't know. So it didn't get that far in the play, but I really liked that time period. Just in general, I feel like a lot of drama happening.
Yeah, and I did notice your write-up and how you open, and I don't know that you all got to hear this, but there's Janis Joplin's song is playing, like the costuming for your two characters, you really talk about what they're wearing. It's just so vivid. It's a real strength. Question here in front.
I love the fact that they're just discussing murder and homicide and grand theft at a nightclub dance venue. Where did you get that idea?
Okay, so I honestly don't know. I don't remember much about the planning idea for everything, but I've been, like, a movie came out a little while ago called Love Lies Bleeding. I wrote the play way before I watched this movie. I don't know how I got the idea for somebody to be talking about murder in a nightclub, but it just, I don't know. It just felt kind of ironic and silly and a lot, and I want to convey that through play, so yeah.
What came first, like the characters, the setting, or like the idea of like lesbians killing a boyfriend?
Lesbians killing a boyfriend for sure.
That's real hard to play.
wanted to write about lesbians killing an abusive Mike. Why did you shy away from lesbianism homicide? Forget Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Bonnie. Like you really could have gone there. Although I have to say, once they were like, maybe murder's a bit much, I was like, yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll answer the first question. I guess I shied away from, like, murder because this was a play for my school, and there were parents in the audience, and I didn't want to, like, be that person who talks about murder. So,
School appropriate.
yeah, school appropriate.
There you go. This was absolutely school appropriate.
The second question, it was definitely supposed to be sarcastic because I tried to mock like cliche plays a little bit in the beginning because I felt like they're like, no, but I love you and I would do anything for you. So yeah, I think that love can take you to very crazy places sometimes, and that was kind of the underlying thing.
Yeah. As the writer, where'd it go? As the writer, what would you say about the morals of the main character cheating on her partner even if he's over-controlling?
Yeah, cheating is not good. I think that both the characters are in very bad mental spots. Like as this play is being written, like they're not doing well. Like, I don't know how they're even allowed to just like talk about that stuff, but I don't know. Like you would think for the time they'd be like sent away somewhere. But I think that, yeah, they just really loved each other, and cheating is not okay, so hold her accountable for that. And he was, like, not a good partner. He's kind of, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse.
Your character's
Okay. Sorry. Okay, yes, he was just, like, a little bit like a douchebag. I don't know. He's not I was gonna say something. Anyways, I know. I sound like I'm on Disney Channel. Yes.
Our students present.
I know.
Yeah, and what do they end up in Washington State? What do you think happens to these two,
Okay,
Jamie and Ophelia?
I imagine them breaking up, like, as they're on the road and just, like, not ending up together. Because I don't think that happy endings in plays where, I don't think they deserve a happy ending because they're both bad people.
Characters are so funny, playful, and it's easy to miss how hard everything in the background of their lives is. It's a good tension.
Thank
Great
you.
bringing us back. Let's give Ziggy a round of applause.
Thank you. Okay, our next play from St. John's Academy is The Curious Passenger. Stas, come on down. Did I get it right? Is it Stas?
Yes.
Stas, okay. I wasn't even gonna try. Stas Catalonic is here, and Stas has some amazing actors that you've never seen before who are going to read this play. We've got Jack is playing old. It says old, but it's the old one.
It's a stretch.
Yeah. Connor Eaton will be playing the young one. And Ruth Wallman will be playing the conductor. Lori Dalburn will be reading stage directions. All right. A Curious Passenger.
All set?
A Curious Passenger by Stas Catalonic. Close enough, yes. The setting is in a train with open seating. The characters are old, 70 years old, simple but neat-looking man, calm and ironic. The young, 24 years old guy, looking fancy, wearing all black. The conductor offers coffee, takes compliments, and makes announcements. At Rise, old man sitting on a seat near the window. silently reading. Young guy enters the stage in a hurry, sits near the older one, breathes often, looks at the older one, places his suitcase in front of the old man, looks around, pulls out a cigarette, lights it, exhales smoke.
Mind if I smoke?
I do. Sorry. I can't stand the smell of cigarettes. Would you mind?
This is gonna be a tough ride.
Coffee, gentlemen?
Can I get a cinnamon roll frappuccino with soy milk and cream on top, please? Thanks.
And just a black coffee for me, please. No milk, no sugar. I'm wondering if you know, sir, but each year more people die from diabetes than from lung cancer. Those frappuccinos are killing our nation.
Everything that is beautiful in life is either immoral, illegal, or leads to obesity. And our nation, as for me, there's enough bitterness in history to let people enjoy at least the sweetness of a frappuccino. But I see you are definitely the man who appreciates the bitterness of life, huh? You want some cream? I can share.
No thanks. I am lactose intolerant.
The train stops abruptly. Coffee spills on the pants of the young guy. His suitcase falls down.
Damn, so hot. New pants. What the hell is happening at this train? Where the hell is the conductor?
He stands up and looks around.
I'm wondering if you know how many people die from heart attacks each year, partly because of how much coffee they drink. Good for you that you spilled that one.
Oh no, don't touch my stuff.
He takes the suitcase and mumbles to himself while trying to dry his pants.
How's your frappuccino not spill? I wonder, chance of diabetes increasing? God damn it. And how long are we gonna be standing here in the middle of nowhere?
The conductor passes by in a hurry.
Hey, wait a second, wait.
Goes after the conductor. The older one closes his eyes and, breathing deeply, takes a moment to relax.
Some overly dramatic lady has tied herself to the railroad tracks ahead and refuses to get up. The conductor said it was gonna take a while to remove her. This is ridiculous. Seems to me the most primitive way to draw attention to your pathetic personality. I can't just stand here and wait. I have to get there before 8 p.m. I have a conference. Oh, no, I can't be late.
Why don't you walk then?
Dear passengers, we apologize for the unexpected stop due to the accident on the railroad tracks. Everything will be solved within half an hour.
Fuck!
And in the meantime, free coffee will be distributed to everyone.
Do you believe in accidents?
Me taking this train was definitely an accident.
Imagine, what if everything happens for a reason? Everything in the world, both good and bad, is given to man not by his merits, but as a result of some not yet known but logical laws, which do not even undertake to point out, which I do not even undertake to point out, although sometimes I think that I vaguely feel them.
I guess you also believe in tarot and astrology and horoscopes then.
I only read the good horoscopes.
I don't know how you can still believe in these stuff these days. Faith is not the presence of special knowledge, it's the condemnation of elementary knowledge. Haven't you heard that God died?
Oh, you don't believe in the soul either.
I don't have one.
What do you believe in?
In science, and in myself, in physics, math, biology. I believe in the theory of relativity and evolution.
Must be tough.
Why is that?
What's the purpose?
Of what?
I'll tell you in a minute. Of science without the soul. We build nuclear reactors, explore the depths of the ocean, and discover distant galaxies. We look everywhere but inside.
That's right, and we've also dissected and examined bodies where many hope to find a soul. We find nothing more than a stomach and intestines. Likewise, it's not in the heart. It has more important things to do than feel. And feelings are nothing more than conditional and unconditional reflexes, which we have discovered, by the way, thanks to science.
is the point of all this knowledge?
How about that? That's the point. The point is that we evolve, we strive for perfection, and we take over nature. We become gods. Except in myths, gods are appointed by a higher power, and we appoint ourselves. Progress is in our higher power.
Progress for the sake of progress. Science itself, you see, doesn't fill life with meaning. It gives a tool, answers the question of how. But the question of why remains unanswered. What to do with this power? Are we ready to become gods? In history and art, we have enough examples of what happens when a man thinks he's a god. Mary Shelley. There is power in the sciences, but without spirit, without higher meaning, we don't know where to direct that power. And we're running someplace we don't know where to, chasing after something unclear. We turn to spirit's creativity in a cycle of biological reproductive processes.
We apologize for the delay. The train will be running again in a minute. Don't spill your coffee.
The train has started.
But I didn't mean to bore you. Well, we're moving again, faster than expected. Apparently that lady on the railroad found her meaning.
He opens his book and continues reading.
Curious passenger.
Would you like another cup of black coffee, sir?
Cinnamon roll frappuccino, please.
And cream on the top?
With cream on the top. What's the purpose then?
Huh?
I asked, what's the purpose then?
Your purpose? I have no idea.
How come you have no idea? If you're saying all science is meaningless.
I didn't say that science is meaningless. I only said that they're a tool for a higher purpose.
Where's the meaning then?
I bet that lady that tied herself to the railroad tracks ahead was questioning the same thing.
Well, that's the place to find meaning.
Who knows where this railroad goes? People look everywhere but inside. But there is poetry, art, love, everything that keeps us awake. All art is quite useless because it doesn't care for any purpose itself. But if the spectator, is the spectator and not life that art really mirrors. If we look at the art, but actually we look within ourselves, we're getting something that no science can give us. And that's where people should look for meaning.
Yeah, you're quite good at talking.
It's not me, it's Oscar Wilde.
Uh-huh.
When was the last time you were in a museum? Or went to some kind of a play, attended a concert, maybe an opera?
Have more important things to do.
Try it sometime. Could be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
The train is approaching the Wonderland station.
Well, that's my stop. Farewell.
Wait, who are you anyway, if I may ask?
It doesn't matter. I'm a stranger in the world with no coincidences.
The older one leaves. The younger one pulls out a cigarette, about to smoke, but changes his mind and drinks coffee instead.
Curious passenger. And this frappuccino isn't that bad, actually. Excuse me, do you happen to know if there are any good museums where we're going, by any chance?
Come on up. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna have you come to this side because they've been wanting to pick up both of us, right? I'm taking your microphone. Use another one if we talk to you. Here you go. There you go. All right. They said they weren't able to hear us over here, so I'm back here now. Great. Yeah.
Intimidating moment of fame.
Yes, your moment of
This
fame.
is very scary. Standing here.
Well, do you have any questions you want to ask the audience first, or do you want to hear from them?
Well, is there anyone who feels that he feels related with a younger guy in my play?
Oh,
If there is, did you change your mind a little bit? And you don't have to answer here. You may You have to answer it in front of a mirror, maybe, if you want to.
Did this play change your life, is what we want to know.
It's too dramatic. Just change your day.
Okay. I saw some hands.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah, I see a question right there.
Was the story at all like inspired by faith, or was it all just personal outlook?
I guess it's just me looking for some meaning in my daily life, and for some older guy, he shouldn't be older, he just should be someone who might change my day. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Question back there, Susan.
Was your idea that the older guy was potentially not a real human being, but something sort of ethereal sense, or do you want to like ask that, or have us wonder that, or what were your thoughts about that?
I didn't put a lot of meaning if it's a real man or not. It is this coincidence, which is actually not a coincidence. Like, this younger guy maybe needed to meet this someone who will tell him what he did. So it is not important if it's a real person or not.
In the back there, and then you.
Where do you think each of the characters are going on the train?
Say it again, please.
Where do you think each of the characters are going on the train?
Oh, the younger one goes to some kind of science conference, which is he going to give an important speech of his new discovery, I guess. And the older one, I don't even know where he's going.
But
I don't know.
He does go to the Wonderland stop.
Maybe it's about a way, a path, not a destination. Maybe.
Yeah. You asked my question. I loved all the references to like Mary Shelley and Oscar Wilde. I was like, this playwright is very well read. They have a very good English teacher, maybe. Let's see what folks wrote up on the board.
Why didn't you, I love the philosophical undertones your story has. The details and care for the story is amazing. This play definitely made me think about my everyday activities. That's what you wanted.
What is your coffee order? We love this play. Was that a favorite coffee of yours?
You know, when you want to take coffee in America and you go to Starbucks and you want to take espresso or cappuccino, but they offer you this insane pumpkin lattes. It is based on a real story.
Wonderful old man representation. Nice job, Jack. Very accurate. 10 out of 10. Was there any inspiration from real people when you crafted these characters?
I had very good teachers in my schools that I was attending, and it's in Johnsbury as well. I had a very inspiring teacher for me. He might be kind of a character that I was looking at when I was writing, the older one.
Nice. Was it implied that they were the same person, or was that just my train of thought? Oh, train of thought. I see what you did there.
I love this this way of thinking. That is the same person who tries to find balance between. I didn't imply it, but I like it a lot.
He'll take it. That's good. Any other live questions? Yep, one last question.
Was this based off the time you spilled coffee on yourself at breakfast and brought it to class?
Oh yeah, that's the last time. You got it.
Everyone give Stas a round.
Thank you.
Didn't seem nervous at all. All right, our second to last play, our penultimate play of the cold readings. We've got Camel's Hump's Ben Havis. Ben Havis?
Your name was spelled wrong in this today.
Got it, thank you. Where is Ben? In a different workshop. Everyone give absent Ben a round of applause. I mean, yes. Could you please pull Ben Paging Ben Havas. Paging Ben Havas. Do you want us to do Scarlett's play first? And by the way, we're running over 11:15, but we'll be done before 11:30. FYI.
Awesome. Let's start on the.
We'll do Scarlett.
And I'll get Ben.
We are flexible here at VYP. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're going to jump over to Mount Abe Union High School. Scarlett Tarmy is our playwright. Let's give Scarlett a Scarlett has written a delightful piece. It's called Stars. And we've got Connor Eaton playing the role of Finn. And we've got Ruth Wallman playing Edith. And we've got Phoebe Raphael reading stage directions. This is Stars.
I'm gonna read the characters because I feel like that's important. Finn, male, 19, working at a planetarium, very focused on making it through life. Edith, female, 97, very close to death, no family left. Setting, planetarium. At Rise, characters appear. Edith is sitting in a chair, eyes closed. Finn is sweeping the floor and notices the old lady.
The production is over. Please make your way to the exit.
Finn keeps sweeping, not paying attention.
Thank you. Please don't leave your garbage.
A moment later, he spots Edith.
I do not have time for this. The show is over, ma'am.
No response from Edith. Finn leans his broom on a chair and slowly approaches the old lady.
Ma'am, the show is all done. It's almost dinner time. You gotta go home. Please.
Finn walks very close to Edith. He gently touches her shoulder and shakes it. She still doesn't awake, so he shakes harder.
Please, ma'am, wake up. I want to go home.
Continuing to shake her shoulder, Finn suddenly stops and pulls his hand away.
Oh my God, she's dead. Manager!
Young man, I'm still alive. Just sleepy.
Oh, you scared me.
Oh, they can't get rid of me that easily.
Finn fake laughs, clearly wanting to get out of the situation.
Young man, what's your name?
I'm Finn.
That's a beautiful name.
Thank you, ma'am, but the show has ended. It's time to go.
5 more minutes?
Finn sighs, but lets her continue.
How do you think it would feel to die?
What?
Finn takes a step back.
Where would you like to die, if you could be anywhere?
I don't know. I never really thought about it before.
I would wish to be in the countryside with the stars.
That's beautiful, ma'am, but it has been 5 minutes and you have to go home.
I can't drive, and I have dementia.
How do you even get here? Never mind. Is there someone I can call for you?
I'm the last one of my friends and family still alive.
Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry.
I only have so much time left, sons. Don't be sorry for me. I'll see my loved ones soon enough.
Oh, yeah.
Has anyone you loved ever passed?
Finn nods.
My grandmother, she was everything to me. But that's personal.
Young man, if you shared your words with me, it might be the last time anyone ever trusted me with anything.
Finn slowly walks over to Edith and sits down next to her.
Okay.
Finn takes a deep breath.
Thank you.
I spend every day with my grandma. She was the only person in my life that understood me. She showed me music, art, and knitting. No matter how bad I was at singing, painting, or making ugly scarves out of yarn, she was patient with me. I learned how to be a person because of her.
She sounds lovely.
She was.
Was?
I already told you.
Oh, no, sorry. That's my dementia.
It's okay. Anyway, she passed, and I didn't get to say goodbye.
Oh, son.
I had a rough childhood, switching between my mom's and my grandma's house every few days and hanging out with the wrong people. And by the time I was 16, I was doing drugs and stealing just to get by.
Oh, my.
Oh, I know it's bad, but my grandma only wanted the best for me. And she told me that what I was doing was wrong, but I didn't listen. We had a huge argument about where my life was going and left things on a bad note. And when I got a call from my mom that Grandma was at the hospital, I went as fast as I could. When I got there, it was already too late.
Oh, Finn.
If I could have just apologized or done something. She'll never know how sorry I am. So now I spend my life working and working and working. I will have a good life. That's all Grandma ever wanted for me.
Wow. Finn, I think she would be proud.
But I don't know that.
I do.
No, you don't, and I never will. I never got to say goodbye, and it's all my fault.
Silence.
It's not your fault. This is the end, son.
What? No.
Oh, it's okay. I'm okay, but I can feel it.
I'll call an ambulance. Stay here.
Finn begins to run off, but stops.
No. No, doctors, please.
No, I am not letting you die.
Oh, please. I need to rest.
No, I'm calling the hospital.
Finn picks up his phone and begins to dial.
I could talk to your grandma.
What?
I could talk to her about you. Ask her to send you a message.
You could?
Edith nods, smiles.
I don't know what to do.
Could you please turn on the stars?
Silence.
Please. I've always wanted to die looking at the stars.
Finn nods, walks over to the switch and turns on the ceiling.
Thank you.
Of course. Will you ask my grandma when you make it to wherever?
Yes.
Thank you.
Would you hold my hand?
Finn grabs her hand.
Look up, it's Hydra.
Ah, the constellation of death. I've always wanted to die looking at the stars. I don't know why I moved to this city.
Finn chuckles with her.
Thank you, Finn. You have made my life mean something.
What did I do?
Well, you trusted me with something important. Thank you.
Edith takes a deep breath.
Goodbye, Edith.
They sit together, Finn looking at Edith and Edith looking at the stars.
Get out your hankies first.
I don't like it. Hi. Okay. Not nice. Sorry. Yeah, thanks.
Why would you do that to me before lunch?
Right? I don't know. I think there's definitely a lot of stories that have happy endings, or even, like, it did have a happy ending, but, it's sort of, she did die, so, yeah. Did you want to say more about that? Go ahead.
Is Edith real, or is it like just a spiritual representation of something?
I think she's real. I guess it could be interpreted any way. I thought that both of your characters, you wrote a play where both of your characters had such clear motivation, right? Like, you knew what both of them wanted and you did it that really well. I guess this isn't a question. I just wanted to say you had them have a change in such a short play, and that's really hard to do. You did a really good job and made me feel feelings. Can you tell us more about the astronomy connection? Is that something that's a passion of yours? I learned something listening to your play about Hydra.
My mom was really into like astrology and astronomy and all those things, and I've learned a little bit about the constellations from her.
Yeah.
So,
It was a nice conceit to have it at a planetarium, right? A planetarium. Yeah. Questions from the audience? Questions from the audience back there in the back row.
Do you think that Finn is going to be kind of different now that he's met Edith?
I think he might live with a little bit more hope that his grandma is proud of him, and that maybe Edith got to say something to his grandma. But I think that he's going to continue to live his life working hard to make her proud.
There's so much up here. Oh, Scarlett, there's so much up here. Do you think Finn let the old lady stay for 5 more minutes because he felt bad or was too tired to take care of the old lady? Is there other reasons why Finn opened up so quickly? Why does the old lady want to die under the stars? Wow, guys, that's 7 questions.
No, it's okay. I think that originally I thought that maybe he would have wanted to just not have to deal with the older lady. But then I thought that maybe he saw a piece of his grandma in her and wanted just things to go easy, I guess. And in a way, helping her die, I guess. He felt like he got to say goodbye to his grandma a little bit. And then I guess the old lady wanting to die under the stars was just kind of something I thought was pretty. So, yeah. That's all.
Finn and Edith, how do you think of those names?
Edith is kind of, in my mind, an older lady name, and Finn is kind of younger. Maybe Finnegan, I guess. I don't know.
I'll read the last 3 comments and I'll see if there's any final question, and then I know we have to move on to the last one. So it was sad, but it was absolutely, it was meaningful. Great job, Scarlett. That was absolutely beautiful. Really, really, really beautiful. Thank you. Finn or Finn, IDK, how to spell it, but super relatable, especially since you chose his grandmother passing, as a lot of people experience a grandparent death. This was so amazing. It was such a full circle ending for me. Where did it go? It was so amazing. Okay, let's give her a round of applause. Our last play, do we have Ben here? Yay! Oh, hey, Ben, welcome. Yay, come on down. We have a special seat for you, Ben. Yay, Ben, everyone welcome Ben. Ben, this is our seat of honor. It is for you right here on the corner. Have a seat so you can be nice and close. And this is Camel's Hump. Ben is the playwright for Murder at Highcliffe Manor. We've got Phoebe Raphael playing Amelia. We've got Adele McNulty playing Sophie. Jack, I said your name wrong again. Brott. Jack Brott is playing Jones. Connor Eaton is playing the butler. And Ruth Wallman is playing the Inspector Grimes. And Lori Valburn will be reading stage directions. This is the whole cast, folks, and it's the last play. So let's do it. You will have to share space. Yeah.
We'll share. Plenty of mics.
This is Murder at Highcliffe Manor. By Ben Havas.
Could you please use the microphone, ma'am?
The characters are Amelia, an eccentric, thank you, Stacy. Amelia, an eccentric and adventurous heiress to the Highcliffe Manor. Sophie, a sharp-witted and skeptical friend of Amelia, visiting the manor. Jones, a clumsy yet well-meaning amateur detective, also visiting the manor. Butler Jenkins, the loyal butler of Highcliffe Manor. Inspector Grimes, an overconfident detective investigating the murder. The scene is the grand living room of Highcliffe Manor, adorned with antique furniture and dim lighting. A thunderstorm rages outside. The curtain opens to reveal Amelia pacing nervously while Sophie lounges on a chaise lounge, reading a book.
Oh, Sophie, I can't believe it. Someone has been murdered in Highcliffe Manor, and we're stuck here with the killer.
Amelia, please, you're overreacting.
Ladies, did you hear? There's been a murder.
Yes, Jones, we're quite aware. That's what I was just telling Sophie.
A murder mystery, just like in the books.
Jones, this is real life, not a novel. We need to handle this delicately.
They hear a knock at the door, and the butler enters, looking flustered.
My ladies, sir, forgive the interruption, but I regret to inform you that Mr. Highcliffe has been found dead in the study.
Oh, really? That's only the third time I've been told.
We need to investigate, but let's not get carried away.
They make their way to the study, where Mr. Highcliffe's body lies on the floor, a comically large fake knife sticking out of his back.
A murder weapon, how thrilling!
Jones, that's not a real knife. It's a prop from my murder mystery dinner party last week.
Exactly. Let's focus on the real clues.
They search the room, uncovering various suspicious items, including a half-eaten scone and a torn piece of fabric.
Clues! We're getting closer to solving the mystery.
Jones, that scone could have been eaten by anyone, and that fabric could be from anything.
Let's not jump to conclusions. We need more evidence.
They continue to investigate, questioning the staff and other guests, each encounter more absurd than the last.
This is getting us nowhere. We need a real lead.
Agreed. Let's think logically. Who had the motive to kill Mr. Highcliffe?
The butler. It's always the butler in these mysteries.
I assure you, sir, I have no motive to harm Mr. Highcliffe.
Inspector Grimes bursts into the room full of confidence.
Fear not, citizens. Inspector Grimes is here to solve the case.
We're doomed.
Inspector Grimes proceeds to bumble around the room, making a mess of the investigation, putting his greasy hands on anything that could have been used to ID the killer.
We might be better solving this ourselves.
They devise a plan to distract Inspector Grimes while they continue their investigation.
Let's check the library. There might be something in there.
They sneak away to the library where they discover a hidden compartment containing incriminating evidence.
Look, a letter from Mr. Highcliffe to the butler demanding money.
And a torn piece of fabric that matches the one we found in the study.
We have our culprit. Let's confront the butler.
Inspector, we have evidence that points to the butler as the murderer.
Nonsense. I'll be the judge of that.
They present the evidence to Inspector Grimes, who reluctantly agrees to arrest the butler.
But I didn't do it, I swear.
It seems you were caught red-handed, Jenkins.
Well, I suppose the mystery is solved.
Another case closed by Detective Jones.
They share a toast as the curtain falls.
Ha ha!
End of play.
We're gonna applaud for you now. Everyone applaud for Brendan. Are you okay doing a Q&A real quickly? Sure. Okay, here you go. This is your microphone. You're gonna follow me.
Only because I have to, though.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, okay. All right, folks. Murder at Highcliffe Manor. Questions for Ben. Is there? Oh, yeah, over there. Thank you.
This seemed heavily based on Clue.
Yes.
By Jove, he's got it. Right there.
I get the feeling that the butler didn't actually do it. Who do you think actually did it?
That's a great question, actually.
The playwright will leave
it-
you oh, no. Yeah.
Maybe you need to write a sequel.
Are you willing to tell us who you think did it?
I think it was probably Grimes, Inspector Grimes.
Oh, plot twist. We do need another play then.
Yeah.
If it was Inspector. Well, he did mess up the whole scene. He used really great details like greasy fingertips and messing up, right? Like he could definitely cover up his own crime. Nice one. Was there one more hand? Yeah, right here, front row.
Where did you get high-class manners?
I like the name Highcliffe.
Right there, Joy. Question in the back.
Remind me of this show that I watched, like it's something manner.
I mean, there was death, right? Oh, was he actually dead?
I think so.
Oh, okay. You threw me with the murder mystery knife.
I didn't copy clue too much.
So he is dead, or is he dead?
Might be dead.
He might be dead. He might be dead. One question there.
Was he actually killed with the murder mystery knife, or was it something else?
That was supposed to, like, throw people off the scent, I guess.
Oh, good job. One of the comments was, it gave off Clue vibes, but I like how you twisted it into your own way. They liked how you made it your own, Ben. This was so funny. I was laughing out loud. This is cool. I didn't realize I could have read off of the computer the whole time. Yeah, cool. Yeah, and I wrote, you had so many great details in the stage directions that Lori was reading, half-eaten scones, pieces of fabric. You made the whole piece come along alive for us with all the characters. The overconfident detective was an amazing addition to the story. It really pulls things together and adds a comedic touch. Is that a hand? Final question, then we're gonna wrap up.
Are the two detectives in any way related to each other? Like, do they work for the same agency?
No, they don't. They don't. They're just... One of them happens to be a guest at the house.
Oh. Well,
and then the other one's the, actual detective.
I think it's fair that people would love to see this worked into a fuller, maybe one act, maybe even a full-length play. There was a lot there to unpack. And let's give Ben a round of applause. That was our final play in the cold readings. And a final applause for our amazing actors. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back over to Christina Alicea to transition us to the next session.
Okay, let's get started. How'd it go? How'd the first session go, everybody? All right. Yay. Okay, so we're gonna assemble the way that we did just an hour and a half again before. So from Montpelier High School, the play is Frank's Acceptance. The playwright is Maya Russell, and I'm the director, Christina Alicea. So my cast members and Maya, come on over here, please, and hang out with me. From BFA St. Albans, Like Pulling Teeth. Grace Bruley is the playwright. Bob Bolliard is the director. Bob, where you at? There you go. Everybody that's with that show, please gather with Bob. From Camel's Hump Middle School, Stereotypes of Villains Who Watch the World. Oh, I'm excited about that title. Adele Freebem. Jamie Ann Forrest is directing. Jamie Ann, raise your hand. There we go. From Hannaford Career Center, The Thermostat by Sarah Heath. Directed by Dana Block. All right, everybody go with Dana. And then, what's the last one? Oh, and then from Mount Abe Middle School, Small Duck, Big World by Eliza Rubel. Directed by Owen Levy. Owen Levy, raise your hand. Owen's directing. Awesome. Okay, and I think that's all of this. Oh, I'm sorry. And then there are two workshops. There's the directing workshop that's going to be in the great room that's led by Gina Stevenson. Gina? Is Gina here? She might be in the restroom. Everybody that's doing the directing workshop, maybe you can all sort of gather by the door over here, and Gina will take you once she's back. She'll be back in just a second. And then the collaborative storytelling workshop, which will happen in the black box, led by Mary Beth McNulty. Mary Beth is over there, and everybody can gather to where Mary Beth is for that. And then Gita Searforce will be our moderator for the cold reading session. So if you're not in a workshop and you're not in a stage reading rehearsal, then you are here in the film house. Okay, and you're going to get started in just a moment.